Sorry, I'm just starting this video over. We've jumped down to shades now. We took a break. We skipped over tones because with tones, we're dulling the color with gray. And right now we cleaned all the white off of our brushes and got nice clear water. So we're gonna go ahead and play around with adding black to the color. Then after we can mud the white and the black together to create a gray for this. Okay, so the first color here, again, I'm just using blue to stay consistent. You can use any color straight out of the tube. This is the most saturated version of it, the first square. So I'm going to do a nice solid blue box. Should look exactly the same as this one here. Okay. Now we're going to slowly start adding black to it. When you add black paint to color, it gets dark very, very fast. Unlike when you're tinting a color. When you're tinting a color, you might notice that you need to add quite a bit of white to brighten up the color, or to lighten up the color, I should say. Whereas when you're adding black, it gets dark very fast. Okay. As you can see in the reference photo, it gets very tricky around here to decipher whether or not they're a different color or the same color. It took quite some time to separate these. Okay, so we want to, when we're going lighter, we can always make it darker, but when we're going darker, it's hard to make it lighter. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add just a tiny touch of the black to my blue. And then I'm going to test it out. Okay, I feel like that's way too dark. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wipe my paintbrush off on my paper towel. Okay, dry it off, and then I'm gonna reintroduce some of the blue. Just gonna put some blue back in here. I'm also working with a blue, which is a darker primary color to begin with. If I was doing this with the red, or even with the yellow, or even with an orange or something, it might not seem like it's getting dark so quickly. Okay, and now I'm going to add in the next square a dollop of the same color, but with maybe a little bit more black. Now this is a tough one. Sometimes you have to like squint at it to check if your shades are different. Okay, and the next one I'm going to add even more black. I'm going to reintroduce some blue into this one. I feel like it got too black. And the last box can literally be straight black. Okay, so I'm going to let this dry, and then I'm going to go ahead and do some tones. So what I can do in the meantime is if you have a lot of white, maybe just mix a tiny bit of black in there and create a nice medium gray for you to work with for the tones. So while this is drying, you could just take a little bit of your black and mix it in with your white. To have like a little bit of gray ready. Okay, for the next bit.